Yeah.
Thanks for listening to the AZ Wildcats podcast. This show is brought to you by Branded Bills. Elevate your brand with brand apparel, the perfect headwear and apparel. Use code PHNX for 20% off your first order. All right, now joined by Mr. Jason Shear. I am merely Mike Luke. Hello, everybody out there. How are we doing today, Shear?
Splendid, Michael. I missed you.
Did you see that video I took of that 8-foot cat that was vaulting over the wall as I drove by?
Yeah, I'm not sure if you know this, Mike. There's a holiday called Halloween coming up, and that's what people do.
All right. Well, either way, it scared me. I did not like it. But all right, we got
you
a lot.
Ted Eduardo. You should have let Ted Eduardo take care of that.
Ted Eduardo is currently licking my foot. Anyway, I'll leave it at that. All right. So we got a lot to get to this show. First and foremost, though, Sheer, Joseph, you're not getting any apology. Oh, real quick. And then we got to get back on it. Joseph, who's always asking for apologies, I believe posted on my Facebook talking about Sean Elliott, and he mangled the name. You are in timeout, Joseph. There are 2 L's and 2 T's. TTTFN. All right.
It's like Lute Olson with the E.
No, it's terrible. It's terrible.
By the way, Mike, and I know what Joseph's saying, we're not going to get into it. Jeremiah Patterson was ranked as the 9th best offensive player on PFF.
He was. I mean, he just needs the ball more. I think we've won that one. We rescind our apology.
Correct. Thank you.
Okay. Now, let's talk a little bit about Arizona BYU. Now, listen, here's the great thing about this. I know how Sheer really feels about something, and I know what Sheer's on-air approach is.
Yeah, if you ever text Mike, I want people to know it's never safe.
Now,
he'll say everything.
Now, I will say that on air, I'm pretty much the same person off air.
Yes, that's true.
You will give me this.
Unfortunately, yes.
I am going. Wow, thanks. I am going to ask you this right now, Jason Skier. Before we get into the game, is Brent Brennan in over his head? Not the private answer. We can give you the public answer.
I think that right now, I'm going to surprise you with this one a little bit. There's more evidence that he is than he isn't, right? Like, he just doesn't feel right at the moment. Now, could that change? Yeah, shoot, it could change on Saturday. If they win, then obviously you feel better about it. But right now, what we've seen the last few weeks, and to Brent Brennan's credit, he literally said it today, it doesn't feel good, right? Like, none of this feels good. And Brent Brennan said, look, Arizona was 3-3 last year. We know what happened. They're 3-3 this year. But he goes, it feels a lot worse than last year. And he knows, like, to credit him, he knows, like, none of this feels good. And so right now, I have an open mind. Like, I'm not at that point where no matter what, I'm out on Brennan. But right now, it just, none of this feels good.
That is to put it mildly. Now let's talk about some of the play. I do not understand some of this play calling. Let's go to the play where it's 3rd and inches, and we have to get the ball to Sam Olsen. Basically, it's a Sam Olsen thing. No matter what, you have to get the ball to Sam Olsen. Obviously, that's not converted. Then Arizona, when you know you're going to run it, runs the ball, and it gets snuffed out. You've got plays where receivers are still in the same, still way too close to each other. Look at that interception. Noah Fafita is still backpedaling 25 feet after every snap. How is this all happening? That is my question. We are halfway into the season. How is this happening?
Yeah, I'm going to ask about the backpedaling. Matt Atkins is the offensive guy meeting with the media, and he's very honest. I like him in that setting. So I am going to ask about the dropbacks because I didn't like the answer Brennan gave the other day when I asked him in Provo. But you know, like the first pick, he actually said the ball was intended for Burnett, and then Montana kind of got collision. There was contact, and then Noah got hit, and I don't know, but that wasn't on Burnett. It was on Montana, like we originally said it was, and Noah didn't make a great throw, and the safety made a nice play and all that. there's a few play calls that really bother me, but at the same time, like 3rd and 1, you're passing. I didn't like that one. I would have ran.
Doesn't catch the ball.
Right, and it's not just that. Like, run the ball, but just run the ball for like stop the shotgun crap, get under center, hand the ball to Cade and Luke, and run forward. Don't use the counter. Don't pull the guards. Just run forward, right? And then there were like run attempts where it's like 2nd and 1, and they're in pistol and pulling guards and running counters, and they're not going to get that because everybody in the building knows you're running.
Let's talk about this, Sheer. You actually hit, oh my gosh, I do apologize. The lovely June Thomas hit the like button. I do apologize. Mr. Shane Diefenbach not reminding me, not doing his job behind the scenes. That is why I almost said Sean Diefenbach. Shane Diefenbach not doing his job. Thank you, June Thomas. Now, let's see here. Kate Harrop says, bro, Mike Luke is low-key jacked. Maybe it's because I've only seen him on here, but I saw a picture of him on X and it was like a dude I actually am. People think I'm just like this like 110-pound person. I'm actually
pretty 5 foot 5 inches of pure muscle.
Pretty well put together. Yeah. So thanks, Kate. All right. Now let's talk a little bit about the running game.
You're blushing.
And this
You're
is
blushing a little bit.
What's that, Sheer?
You're blushing a little bit.
All right, let's talk now. I've done enough about me. Let's talk about the running game. I actually agree that Arizona should probably run the ball more. When you look at Quali Conley's numbers on the season, yards per carry, when you look at Kedrick Risano's numbers for the season, they're pretty good when they run the ball.
Run the ball. Just run the ball. And like, I don't like, and it felt like Lev had a good point about it the other day. It feels like they're running on obvious passing downs and then passing on obvious running downs, right? Like if it's 2nd and 1 and you just got 7 yards on the ground, what is the next play call for you to do? Run the ball. Right? Like just run the ball. And that's what I don't get. Like, and it's happening against Texas Tech. I think there's a segment where Quali had 7 yards, then had a screen pass for 17, then like a run for 5. So what does the next play tell you to do? Get the ball to Quali Conley, and then he doesn't touch it for like 10 straight plays. Like, it feels like the offense is overthinking it, right? Like the coaching staff is like trying to be too smart. And I feel that way not only with the play calling, but with like the substitutions too. Like bringing in guys every single play and rotating guys out. No, man, if it's working, keep doing it. Like if I'm running and I'm gaining 5, why wouldn't I just keep running until I'm not gaining 5 anmore?
All right, yes.
I always remember, Mike, the second half of the ASU game, right? Remember that where it worked for Rich Rod. Never threw the damn ball. Why?
He just kept going.
Stop the run.
Brandon Dawkins, baby.
Why am I passing if the other team can't stop the run? I don't care what it looks like. They can't stop me.
I don't. Let me ask you this, Sheer. And I like Matt Adkins. I think he's got good potential down the road. I really do. So he's obviously young.
I don't hate Matt Adkins. I would be very curious. I don't think he drew up this entire offense. I know he did it.
Okay. Now, but let me ask you this then, Sheer. How are we this far in? Then, and you still have an offense? I mean, let's be honest here. This looks, if you were to bring in an outsider to watch this offense, I don't think they would be very impressed by the play designs and the consistency with it. Would you agree with this, Sheer?
This feels very NFL-ish, right? In the sense that you're playing ball, not in, the way it works, but like you're playing ball control, right?
Does this feel like Kevin O'Neal is running the offense?
Yes, because you're playing ball control. You're getting these. What was the one drive against BYU? It was like 12 plays, 90 yards, 13 minutes. Like awesome, great job, right? And then you get a field goal, right? Yep. Or something like that. Like, and then you're like, okay, we're gonna trust our defense, but it doesn't work in college football. Like you have to score the football. It doesn't matter if you are the best offense in the country. You have to score. Like Arizona could very well. Like against Colorado, they have to be able to score points or they're going to lose.
We're going to talk about Colorado. This is going to be a fun one to, especially on Wednesday. That's going to be a very fun one to talk about. But now let's talk a little bit about the defense. Here's kind of where I'm at with this. The play of the game to me, the turning point in the entire game for me was and again, I like the father, I like the kid, but I got to be very clear here. That was one of the worst football plays I have ever seen by Marquise Groves Killebrew. Dwayne Akina had everybody back where they were supposed to be. They
9 times out of 10, that should be an interception, right? Wasn't even a well-thrown ball. If you watch the replay, because someone sent me the video, the offensive coordinator put his head down when the ball was thrown, or one of the quarterback coach, whatever it was, saying, "Oh crap, he shouldn't have thrown that."
But have you ever seen what Grow? And again, I like the kid a lot. He's a good kid. But have you ever seen something like that where it's like he hopped out of the way? It was bizarre.
I don't think it was effort. Like I just think it was a complete lack of surrounding, like not knowing where he was, not knowing who was around him, not knowing where the ball was, which is literally what you need to be a good corner. That play was wild to me.
Oh, hey, look who's entered the scene. The prodigious Kevin Thomas with the cold cannabis hat. Hello,
yes,
Kevin
indeed,
Thomas.
Yes, indeed. How's everybody doing today? I just want to jump in and talk a little bit about that play, because I like it. Like Sheer said, it wasn't an effort thing. Me and Damon were talking about it earlier today. It looked like he sprinted to the spot where he thought the ball was going to be, and by the time he got there, he realized he had critically undershot the ball, and by that time it was like because when the ball was thrown, watching at home, you're thinking interception, and then as the ball is arcing, you're thinking, why is he where he is? Oh no, it's a completion. Like it was completely mystifying. Honestly, I was really confused what happened there.
It actually was. Mystifying is good.
Yeah.
That's actually not a bad way of putting it. Mystifying.
And it was such a slow developing trick play that by the time the receiver had the ball and was set up to throw it, everyone in the building knew he was throwing it.
I don't know what else to say.
That play sticks out, Mike, and then the Tario Davis dropped pick. I think those were the two plays that changed the whole game.
All right, we need to talk about Tario Davis. This was in my notes, but also real quickly, I'm only going to say this once. I got yelled at during the staff meeting on Friday because
who? Give me their names.
I was making a mockery out of the 2-second rule. So I cannot do this anymore. I have to actually be a professional about this. This is the last time I will do this. But on that note, though, there is no better time to become a PHNX diehard, my friend. None. Literally none. You look at this. Look at this. Diehard membership, free t-shirt of your choice, access to all of our premium written content, entrance to the Discord lounge, and access to Erica L. Day, discounts on all events. We've got a tight end whisperer in Ben One White, who's in Spain right now, scouting tight ends on the post-game show. This is the time to get in here and become a PHNX diehard. Again, I can't say this anymore. This is my last time. Oh, you guys are all making fun of me, by the way. I don't know what else to say. That is just me being me. But also, the let's see. Oh, I do apologize. I did that out of Kevin Thomas. I think I wrote this down wrong. Are we Sanderson, Ford, and Shady Rays? Is that what this segment was supposed to be? Oh!
We are very professional. Don't worry, now you're gonna get yelled at for something else.
All right, no, I do apologize. I apologize. Okay, now, but before we get to what's going on with Tario Davis's hands, let's talk about something else.
Let's run over that segment with the Sanderson Ford.
Sanderson Ford. Here's the deal. Sanderson Ford. You might say to yourself, look at Jason Shear. That guy is clearly Sanderson Ford built. He is amazing. You might look at the great Kevin Thomas, the prodigious Kevin Thomas, and say, man, that guy would look really good in a Sanderson Ford. I'm sure the lovely June Thomas says this all the time. Imagine my son in a Sanderson Ford roaming around the cottages off 22nd while he was at the U of A. That's what you want, though. Strong girth, testosterone fueled Sanderson Ford. That's what we like with all of this. And again, with Sanderson Ford, get it all with no hassle, no pressure, and no nonsense at Sanderson Ford. Offers OAC from Ford Credit, expires 10/31 for your next vehicle purchase or a lease. Choose the dealership that gives back and pays it forward. Also, help help us celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month with Dios de los Muertos, inspired by Sanderson Ford, on October 19th. See dealership for details. Okay, I hit the ball out of the park with that one. Now, there's one more.
Oh, man, I'm excited.
Shady Rays.
Yes.
Now, listen, you might look at Scheer and you're like, dude, that guy's a liar. You'd be right. And
yes, you're right.
Want to know a reason why that Scheer is a liar? Because he's been saying he was going to get Shady Rays. Those do not look like Shady Rays. Those are not Shady Rays. That is crap from Jason Scheer.
You're right. You're absolutely right. I want to apologize, and I'll be better.
Okay, be better. That's all we can ask for this day and day. I don't know what else to say. He doesn't have the Shady Rays. Lying Scheer, exclusively for our listeners, Scheer would count as this. Shady Rays Scheer is giving out the best deal of the season. Head to shadyrays.com and use code PHNX for 35% off polarized sunglasses. Try for yourself the shades rated 5 stars by over 300,000 people. Scheer, you suck. Get Shady Rays. Okay.
I will.
All right, I absolutely killed all of those. I hope I don't get yelled at because my heart was in the
race. I think it was that good.
Now it was. Okay, let's talk to Tario Davis here for a second. Listen.
We preface this saying that Tario Davis is really good.
He's a very good football player.
There's one thing that's stopping him from being elite.
I would love to have Tario Davis's future, his future financial role, everything. I have never seen somebody with this poor of hands ever at any level, high school, college. If he gets 2 hands on the ball and it's literally tossed right to him, he's not catching it. There's no way. I've never seen anything like it, Scheer. Is this like the Chuck Knobloch mental block where you can't throw it to first?
Yeah, I'm going to ask whatever defensive coach, whoever it is. I don't know. I'll ask Brennan on Thursday. It's one of the weirdest things I've seen because it was funny. Viney, the first time we talked to him, we were like, what's the next step Tario could take? And his literal answer, word for word, was catch the damn ball. Like, so, and that was before any games happened. Like, it's an issue. Like, it's the weirdest thing ever. If Tario Davis could catch these, because he's playing them perfectly, right? Like, he should really have like 5 or 6 interceptions this year. He's playing the passes he should have one against Utah, should have had the one against, and like, we kind of laugh it off, but like the one against BYU would have changed the entire game.
That's where I'm at now. It's becoming detrimental. I guess that's my concern. And again, let's see here. Lost Highway. This is actually a good point. And Tacario's a good kid, so I don't want to sit here. He says, I think he's too focused on talking poo after the breakup. He does. I will say this. There is nobody that is quicker to talk and let somebody know after the breakup than Tario Davis.
He is much more vocal this season, but that doesn't bother me. Corners and wide receivers are always vocal. I don't think that's why. I mean, he didn't talk trash last year at all, I feel like, and he still couldn't catch. There's a reason why he's going to like break the college football record for pass deflections because he drops the interceptions.
Yeah, he's all right now. Jesus V-A-Z. Jesus. Is that his last name, by the way? Because Vaz would be a cool name. Vaz would be a great last name.
Let's go with it. Yeah, Jesus Vaz.
Jesus Vaz. Yeah, no, it's like an IndyCar racer. And now we have Jesus Vaz coming across the turnpike. But let's see here. We got Jesus says, Mike, can you explain why Noah and company would give Brennan a second chance and trust him, seeing what he's done with the horrible offensive staff? I don't have an answer for that. I wish I did.
What if he changes the offensive staff
and brings in a Marcus Arroyo? Just
brings in a dude that, like, I think. Look, we like Atkins, right? Right. I think the biggest benefit, and I would, if you want to keep Atkins in a coordinator, like a passing game coordinator, I wouldn't hate it. They need to bring a modern day offensive coordinator
who has called plays, who has a resume of calling plays, not friends.
Right. Like Favors was to make alumni happy. But again, we said at the time he was hired, he has literally not called plays in at least a decade. You need to bring in an offensive coordinator that is running a modern offense. I don't care even if you want to go the ball control route. That's fine. If that's what you want your identity to be, cool. There's plenty of teams that do it, right?
Right.
But do it with a modernization factor. Like, I look at Penn State's OC, and this dude is doing such creative things. It's unreal, right? And that's why Kansas sucks this year, because if Kansas had him still, they'd be good. I guarantee it. He's a badass OC. If you bring in a guy that's going to control his offense, let him hire a wide receiver coach. You're going to keep Zoe. You want to keep Adkins. Heck, you want to keep Oglesby. I get it. Let him hire a couple dudes. It's and also, like, no disrespect. This really bothers me because I like Lyle Mobile. I know he's a great dude and everyone loves him. Bring in a QB coach with experience. Like, bring in a guy that will work with Noah or whoever it may be that has major experience with the quarterback position.
Are you surprised that the offensive line has not been better this year? You're an Oglesby guy, but there's way too often that it seems like it's moving. Jamino, who you actually like, even said this on the post game, and Jamino is very, very close to the vest. He's very much of a guy that if you punch him in the face, whoa, we need to see what everything is here before making a judgment on why I was punched in the face. He even said on the post game, he said, what's going on with the offensive line is bizarre. Half the time it looks like they're moving in the wrong direction from the quarterback. And obviously half the time is a hyperbole, but it's a fair point. Are you surprised that this offensive line, it kind of has looked so amateur?
There are a couple. The one big thing I don't like with the offensive line is Oglesby came in, and I don't fault him for this really. And he has a literal 180 from Brennan Carroll's coaching style. Like, and we heard this from someone that would know and knows someone very close to the O-line, right? That basically Brennan was, you're going to hold your ground, right? You're going to create a pocket, whatever it may be. Oglesby is, we're pushing guys back. And it feels like another situation where you are coaching a style that you don't have the personnel for. I look at Wendell Moy, right? Wendell Moy didn't all of a sudden become a bad offensive lineman. I refuse to believe that. You watch BYU, and they took advantage of Wendell Moy. He was terrible. The one thing that really sticks out to me about the offensive line, Mike, is I feel like their blitz recognition has been awful this year. I don't know if that's Baker. I don't know if that's Noah not pointing things out, but their blitz recognition has been awful.
That's also where I'm going to go with the next point here is that all of these players, Noah Fafita, and I posted this on your board, Noah Fafita has been known his entire career as a very cerebral player, one that, the game isn't too fast for him. Maybe he's got some physical limitations, but the game, he understands it. Wendell Moy didn't all of a sudden forget how to play football. There's a lot of different examples of this as well. The one common thing here is a coaching staff with people that have not called plays before.
Yeah, I get it. And again, yeah, it's just that's the biggest thing that no one has an answer to is why are there guys on the team that performed so well last year that aren't? But then you look at a guy like Jonas Savaiinaea, Mike. Is he just that good? Because he's been awesome this year.
Yeah, but Jonah's like recession proof. It's like T-Mac. It's
right.
Like,
that's what I'm saying. Like, he's just that good.
Right. But that to me is the issue, though, is that you've got so many different players that just look like they forgot how to play football. Yeah. Kevin L. Thomas.
Yeah, but I just wanted to add on to what Sheer said about how you need a quarterback coach that is kind of in Noah's pocket, in his ear, kind of helping him out. What is he seeing? What is he not seeing? I think I was talking to one of my friends this weekend after the game in frustration. But I was saying how, we might not like Jed Fish, but one thing he did do here is when Noah would have a play where he looked confused or where he didn't look like he had full control of the offense, Jed would be the first person he saw coming off the field. And I feel like far too often now is Noah coming off the field to no one really coaching him up. No one really asking him what he saw. And I feel like it's kind of like the blind leading the blind. It's weird. It's so weird to watch on the field.
That's where I'm at. Again, I hope that I put, and again, maybe it's me being biased, I put a lot more of this on the coaching staff than I do Noah Fafita. Period. Point blank.
I have a wild question for you, Mike. And Kevin. I have a wild question for you. We dissed Jed for always talking about how Jayden DeLaura would calm down Noah and get him back on track.
No, it's all crap.
You still think it's crap?
Yeah, I think it's all
crap. Have that guy this year.
He absolutely went out of his way to not try to play Noah Fafita so he could play Jayden.
No, I'm just saying, but and I think it's probably crap too. But you see it like Noah, who's Noah's second quarterback? It's Cole Tenenbaum, right? And no offense to Cole, but he's never played. Like, there's not that.
The whole thing with Jayden DeLaura, I don't even know I want Jayden DeLaura in your ear. He was a brain-dead quarterback.
Like Sam Levitt has Jeff Sims, Mike.
That's a great point. That's a great point. Hey, Ryan Mitchell, a man of two first names. He says JDL for QB coach. What say you, Sheer? Do you say no?
No. But there is one also thing that I found out this weekend, because Brent Brennan wouldn't tell us this, but he had to tell BYU this because they put on their game notes. I forgot to tell you this. Matt Adkins and Dino Babers are both in the booth. That means that, yeah, Noah is only talking, Lyle Moval's on the field. But that means that both offensive coordinators, neither of them are on the field.
That's I don't like it. I don't like it.
BYU had their Roderick was in the booth, and their passing game coordinator was on the field. Don't you feel like Babers or Atkins should be on the field?
It feels kind of amateurish, does it not?
It's weird. I thought that was very weird. They actually, everyone is pretty much in the booth except like it's a weird situation.
Now let me ask you guys this. Go ahead.
And to answer Shear's original question about Jaden DeLora and Jed Fish, I think it's clever, the question Shear's asking, but I think like what is actually happened is exactly what Shear just outlined. The coaches have gone up to the booth. They're not on the field. And while Jaden DeLora might not be Mike's favorite quarterback or might not be the best quarterback in general, he at least was there to talk to Noah. There was someone there that Noah could talk to. And I don't think he needs calming down. I just think he needs someone to ask him what he saw and like tell him like, no, this is what actually happened. And there's no one there to do that. And so he's just making mistakes, coming off the field, looking at a tablet, going back out there, making the same mistakes. And it's frustrating.
Yep, exactly. And and maybe that's also why, I'm going to keep saying this. How are we this far into the season with 20-step drops?
Yeah, I'm going to ask Atkins that. That's the one question that keeps sticking out because I saw you don't necessarily notice it up close, but someone had a clip of a play in the red zone where they were on the 7, and by the time Noah threw it, he was on the 23. Yeah, which is just, I mean, you're talking a 4-yard gain is really you need 17 yards to gain 4.
Yeah, it's not good. Now, I do want to give you credit on something coming up. But first, the Gila River Resorts and Casinos. Y'all know what time it is. Come on. Get in here. Get the wave going. Come on, Kevin Thomas. You have the best wave of everybody. Look at this wave. Gila River Resorts and Casinos. Now, you might be like Sheer, and you could see it from the highway, or maybe the great Erica L. Day. I can imagine Erica L. Day getting drunk at these ones. That would
Erica does not drink, though.
Erica does not drink. And no, these ads aren't cringe. These ads are great. Gila River Resorts and Casinos. You do you at Gila River Resorts and Casinos. Visit playatgila.com for more details. Look at this. Look at this ripple. Look at this. And look at this. Look at this backstroke as well. Very impressive. Either way, the Gila River Resorts and Casinos. Oh, I see Totri in the background again. Totri, that guy. Either way, get the wave in right now. Everyone get the wave loud in. Stop asking questions. Put the wave in as you speak. Have fun, immersive experience at Gila River Resorts and Casinos. Also, branded bills. Listen, this could be yours.
That's hot. That's a hot hat. I'm going to be honest.
You might look at Sheer and say that guy's done next to nothing right in his life. Probably true. But he is going to change that.
Wow.
You are ordering branded bills for Wildcat Authority.
Yeah. Shelby and I actually looked at it the other night, and I'm going to send you the prints. I want your opinion.
All right. No, I like it. But if it's good enough for Sheer, then it's good enough for you. Or maybe if it's good enough for you, it should be good enough for Sheer. Either way, check it out. Branded bills. Branded bills. You will thank me later. Head to brandedbills.com and use code PHNX for 20% off your first order. Be like the lovely Erica L. Day and get a branded bills. Or guess what? Our good friend Ben One White, probably tanning on the beach in Barcelona as we speak, looking for tight ends. He, I guarantee you, has a branded bills on there to keep the sun out of his eyes. Branded bills, premium headwear and apparel. Save 20% with code PHNX. Okay, now, let's see here. No, I'm not going to. I will not change my ad reads. Nice try. Also, let's talk now a little bit about. And we're going to get to basketball here in a second. Sheer, I got to give you some credit.
Thank God. You don't give me enough.
Montana. Now, listen, he did just stand there in the end zone with the interception. That was dumb. But Montana put up numbers again, Sheer. What are you seeing that everybody else isn't seeing at with Montana?
I think what we have to realize is that one man cannot catch every single pass and every single touchdown. And gosh darn it, there's no one else. So it might as well be Montana. So I don't want to say Montana is lucking into these things. It's just kind of the odds of it. But he dominated BYU.
I mean, what was their final? What was it? Hey, Brad Rich, stop. He had like 281 yards last year and he never came off the field. No.
Yeah, why would he come? Maybe we have to start considering he's not targeted enough.
Well, yeah, well, Lost Highway says, well, T-Mac doesn't even catch touchdowns anymore. Let's talk about T-Mac.
In the last game, Mike, in the last 2 games combined, Montana has 8 catches for 76 yards and a touchdown.
8 for 76. That's called game breaking. That yards per catch is amazing.
Yeah. Come on.
Right now, Montana is open because of doubles on T-back. Nope. We're changing the narrative. He is open because of doubles on Jeremiah Patterson.
Well, that goes. Yeah, doubles on T-Mac. First of all, T-Mac is tripled. Jeremiah's doubled, and that lets everyone else get open.
He's literally wide open.
I do want to give a shout out, and we've been saying this. I think it's time for Ray Mello to play a little bit more.
I thought so as well. He was actually on my notes. I think it's time for Ray Mello to play a little bit more. Also, can we talk about AJ Jones for a second? I don't understand. A person on your board who was saying mean things about me also put out there, and he was talking about AJ Jones, and he says, well, they can't play him. He had a case of the yips during camp. Dude, buzz off with all of that.
Well, I don't think I'm breaking the news here, though. AJ did not travel. So he's redshirting. And my assumption would be that he's gone, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I would assume he's not coming back next year. I like AJ. I don't really care about drop passes because he got open, so that's better than what most of the other receivers could say. But AJ didn't travel. Flo is no longer traveling or playing, so he's redshirting. There's a few more in there. I gotta see.
Hey, let me ask you this. In hindsight, was it a smart move? Because you were kind of on the fence about Speedy redshirting, and I said it was a smart move. I think it was a smart move.
I don't know, Mike. I really don't. I'm kind of torn about that still.
Interesting.
I feel like it's tough, right? It's who you believe. Do you believe the coaching staff when they say we're going to get you more touches?
But if they told you the same thing before the season,
no, I'm saying it's really like I get their perspective. I get both sides' perspectives.
Yes.
We're going to find out, right? Like we'll find out next. I think you find out if a red shirt is a good idea the year after, right?
Now, let me ask you this. John Barthold, can Sam Olsen a red shirt?
I
don't think so.
How many does he have time left?
I really, I don't want to get in trouble on that one. Okay, let's talk a little bit though about the secondary. One thing the defense, one thing that the college football has to change is this targeting rule. I have no problem with the 15-yard penalty. You also have to start going with what you see. And listen, that was not an egregious play. If you're trying to basically Jack Tatum and rip somebody's head off, get him out of the game. A dude like Jacob Manu should not be booted out of the game for that.
I don't get ejections for targeting. Maybe it's because you can't find a guy like the NFL, but just change it to 2 targetings and you're ejected. 2 targetings, it's stupid. Do you think Jacob Manu meant to target that dude? Was there anything malicious in what Jacob Manu was doing? No. This isn't like a guy that, Colorado State last week against Colorado, where the dude was clearly trying to hurt Travis Hunter, right? There should be like a malicious targeting rule. If it's malicious, they're out. Like Jacob Manu wasn't malicious at all. 15-yard penalty. Let's just go play football. It's stupid.
TLN says, read my last comment. You won't, Mike. I don't know what it is, though. Hold on. Can Brennan redshirt? That was funny. Hey, man. One thing about me is that I've been pretty straightforward on my opinions about Brent Brennan so far. So I don't know what people want from me outside of that. I'll leave it at that. Okay, but Sheer, you got me off. Yeah, you got me off track here for a second. But yeah, I don't understand that at all. The targeting. Not that was going to change the game or anything, but whatever. But that didn't make a lot of sense to me at all. But Justin Flo, I would imagine Justin Flo is on another roster next year.
I don't know. Guys love it live. It depends if he wants to play or love live.
Also, everybody hit the like button here. Let's see, we got 144 people, 148 people in here, and only 12 likes. Come on. Get in here and like this. We're going to get to basketball here in just a second because that gives me a lot more pleasure than what we're talking about. But really, really quick, let's talk about Arizona, Colorado this week. It's going to be Deion's first and last appearance at Arizona Stadium, we both assume. Colorado is an underdog. Sheer, I need 2 more wins the rest of the season at this point. If Arizona could beat Colorado...
That's not even a bowl game.
What's that?
You need 3 wins. That's not 2 wins isn't even a bowl game. You need 3 wins.
Well, I will say this: 2 wins,
3 wins, and then 2 of the 3.
All right, fine.
Okay.
But how massively disappointing we're talking about, man. If we can just yes. But no, if we can get, I need Deion out, and I need a win over ASU. I can deal with all of the rest. I'd love to get one more game, obviously, but that's where it's at. Sheer, I need those 2.
Yes. This is a big look. This is a big week for you specifically. I actually texted Brent Brennan and I said, can we have Michael Luke break down the huddle?
Yeah, no, I want to. Also, a pet peeve of mine that I've really got that I've got to address here, and I got this from somebody, an alumni.
Talk to him, Mike. Talk to him.
I do not influence recruits. Nobody is paying attention to me when it comes to the future of the program. I literally got a text message saying that, well, I don't want to read it verbatim, but saying you have a voice, people listen to you, recruits listen to you. What you're saying could really impact the future of the program. No, it can't. I'm giving my opinion. Nobody is listening to me.
The only time Mike could influence recruiting is if he said something like, let's say Arizona football was choosing between 2 quarterbacks, right? And they clearly liked one or the other, but they're trying to keep the other warm. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And Mike was like, oh no, Arizona wants player X over player Y. No doubt about it.
Yes.
If player Y heard that, that would be influencing. Mike crapping on the program or being honest about the program will never influence a recruit.
Thank you. And it is the biggest annoyance that I ever come across. I do not I am not an influencer.
You are a fashion influencer for sure, though.
I mean, when you see me, yes.
I mean, Circle K hats, you can't even get a hold of them right now.
But we have to admit, though, that this is stupid when people think that I influence the state of the program. That is ridiculous, Sheer.
Kate Harrop, that's a great comment. The only recruit listening to Mike is Shane's relative.
Yes, exactly. Oh, Brady Diefenbach, when we get here, this is going to be, yes.
Maybe we could get Brady on an unofficial this weekend. They're inviting like everyone.
Can we imagine if we got him on an unofficial, dude? We would literally just have to start. I actually get a load of, hey, you want to hear something great, Mr. Kevin Thomas? Kevin Thomas can be a little worried about this. So I went through this. I know how to set up the streams now.
Oh, God help us all.
Yep. Jacob Franklin showed me, but guess what? I still have the book. I know how to set up the streams now. I will no longer need to ask anybody if I really see need for us to come on here and show Shane Diefenbach highlights.
Two things also I think people need to realize about recruits. Number one, the reason they choose or decommit from schools is never as simple as people make it out to be. Like people post like, oh, what if you're a recruit? Why would you go to Arizona right now? It's not that simple. Because if I'm a recruit and I'm thinking, okay, they're not that good at wide receiver. I am a good wide receiver. Well, that's your answer why you would go to Arizona, right? Like people assuming that everyone's going to decommit. It's not like Terry Shelton, for instance, is going to be on campus this weekend. If I'm Terry Shelton, I'm looking at this wide receiver group and I'm playing right away, man. Like done deal.
Yeah, but if you're watching this offense, though, are you that thrilled about possibly what's going on?
Yes. You know why? Because your pitch, whether you agree with it or not, and don't disagree with this, Mike, because I'm a coach right now. We're losing T-Mac. Those yards have to go somewhere.
We're losing T-Mac, and we're possibly losing Montana.
And Sam Olsen.
Now
leaves no one else to throw to but you.
All right, Jake Fagus says, how many recruits do we expect this week, Sheer? How many?
I don't know what number. Arizona's secretive with that for, whatever reason. That is mind-numbing. I think it's a lot. I already know Kellen Ford, Terry Shelton, and 2026 lineman Aaron Thomas are going to be there. I'd assume a lot, and I think it's going to be one of those games where they invite like every in-state player. There's also going to be, like I saw you mentioned earlier, 350 alum on campus this weekend.
Yep. All right. Hey Boos. Oh, that's a great name. Hey Boos. Please tell me your name is Hey Boos. Hey Boos says, Brennan doesn't feel like a fit though. Doesn't engage the fan base. Doesn't yell at anybody. He got his bag as a coach. That's what it feels like. Very Sumlin. Here's what I'm going to say. And Sheer compared him to Sumlin. I did not think
I didn't compare him to Sumlin.
This is true. I will allow this.
I don't know why people couldn't pick up on what I was doing. I was very clear today.
Here's the thing. I have no clue if Brent Brennan. I'm Sheer. Tell me if I'm wrong when I speak for you. But I'm probably not. We have no clue if Brent Brennan knows what he's doing. We don't. Good or bad, we don't know what he's doing. If he knows what he's doing, but he cares. Kevin Sumlin did not care.
Yes, that's the biggest thing. Like Sumlin was collecting a paycheck. I could tell you for a fact. And you don't like Brennan, but you would admit this as well. He cares about it winning at Arizona.
He wants to win.
He really badly wants to win, like more than anything.
Brad Rich says, how about sober Sumlin?
I don't know what that looks like.
We've never seen it before.
I don't know. When you find that, let me know.
True story.
I estimate, I was going to say, the bets, was that you that sent me the picture of that one time in like fries?
Yeah. He was literally in the fries checkout. It was great. Like, so, perusing through the fries liquor.
I still have that picture.
Yeah, and Sumlin is there, and he's got like a Jack or something, like a huge
Tito's was his drink.
Tito's, that was it. It was Tito's. It was great. I sent this to Sheer immediately. I'm like, hey, look what our head coach is up to right now.
Wasn't it like 2 days before a game or something?
I think it was like a Friday.
Yeah.
It was funny.
I'm not exaggerating that one day. I don't care anymore. I think I've got 20 stories about Sumlin being drunk in public.
Oh, remember, here's maybe the best story. Remember when Ben One White and I got his travel itinerary and we were planning on following him all throughout the night? We should have done that. We didn't do it, but we should have done that.
Did we ever say this out loud? This is probably going to go viral. Did you guys know that Sumlin showed up drunk to the team picture?
Yeah.
Do you remember that? They had to delay it by an hour and a half because Napoleon had to go get him out of bed. And he showed up, and they said that you could smell the alcohol as soon as he walked into the building.
No, he didn't hide it. Here's the other thing, too, and then we're going to get to basketball here. That's also called a tease coming up here, Kevin Thomas. But here's the thing. People always ask me about Kevin Thomas. They always ask me
about Kevin Thomas, too, though.
They always ask me about Kevin O'Neal and Kevin Sumlin. These are
huge difference.
Massive difference. Both alcoholics, but one is a lot different. KO can handle his alcohol. He's cool to hang out with when he's drinking. Sumlin is the dude that is like falling under the Outback Steakhouse booth and he's like slobbering on himself. It's totally different.
I've drank. I never drank with Sumlin. I drank with KO. And I've never seen a human. He's an alcoholic. I don't know if he still is. Let's make no mistake about it. But he is the highest level of functioning alcoholic I've ever seen.
Mino and I were with him for an hour and a half drinking after the Pac-12 tournament where he came in a suit and a New York Yankees hat with like 3 flag lapels, and he downed 7 mixed drinks in a little bit over an hour. And he was bummed that his wife was calling him, telling him he had to go home. He's like, I'm just getting started here. It was amazing. The dude was
And
amazing.
You'd have no idea that he was drunk. No idea.
None. It was he was a special man. He was the right man at the right time.
Right.
Also,
we're going to KO for offensive coordinator.
We're also going to talk basketball here in just a second, but first, who do you think goes more to Circle K? Kevin Sumlin or Kevin O'Neal?
I'm going to go KO.
I'm going to go KO as well. KO is a man of the people. I always greatly respected KO for that. And that's why I think that he goes, and I bet I wouldn't be surprised at all if he's part of the inner circle as well. Now, here's the deal, though, Sheer. When was the last time you went to Circle K?
Today. No, last night. I got gas last night.
You got gas last night? I got gas last night as well. But enjoy your member-exclusive beverage deal like the lovely Erica L. Day. Inner Circle members like you could get any size Polar Pop or Froster for just 79 cents. Join Inner Circle for free by downloading the Circle K app today. Terms and conditions apply at participating locations. Visit CircleK.com for details. Also, check it out. Maybe get a NUTRL while you're there as well. Yummy, yummy in my tummy. Circle K. Also, do I need to do the PHNX read again since I already did it, Kevin Thomas? There it is. The pregame party. Yeah, Arizona, Colorado at Bourbon Bent. Erica L. Day will be up there.
It's going to be popping this weekend, guys.
All kinds of really good stuff. It's homecoming. This is going to be a very, very good, very, very good event at Bourbon Bent. Like I said, all kinds of good stuff. Can't wait to see it. Now, also no better time to become a PHNX diehard. Check it out. Okay, now Arizona basketball. Let's talk about something that is uplifting to the community. Arizona preseason top 10. Sheer, listen. We've got to give our guy Dave Hickey a lot of credit for getting Arizona into the Big 12. This is true, Jason Shearer. He would never wavered.
Look at you changing that narrative as we speak. People are saying, oh, Dave Hickey, Brent Brennan. You're saying, no, Dave Hickey, Big 12 basketball.
Dave Hickey, Big 12 basketball, baby. Boom. Okay. Arizona, though, I think it's right. I think it preseason top 10 at 10. Erica, stop.
Erica, shut your mouth, Erica.
Yeah. Know your place right now, Erica. The college basketball preseason AP poll has arrived. Look at Arizona at 10. I think 10 is perfect. I could see Arizona being better than that, a little bit worse than that, but I look at that and I think 10 is perfect. Although I think Arizona is going to be better than UNC. Sheer,
yeah,
this
I don't get
for you this entire list right here, because you said that Duke was going to be ahead of Kansas. Obviously not. You said Kansas wouldn't be preseason number 1. They obviously are.
I said that before they added everyone, Mike.
This is bad.
What was I going to say? Ken Palm, our boys at Ken Palm, have Arizona at number 8. Houston, number 1 in the country, because he adores Houston's defense. Yeah, right there.
I don't get Houston. I like Houston, but I just don't.
He thinks they are beyond elite defensively in the preseason ranking, like as good as it gets.
I get it, but this is still basketball. You still have to score. I don't know that there's a game where you can not score and win. That's
all I know is this, Mike. Let's take a look at Ken Palm and the top 25. Houston, Big 12. Kansas, Big 12. Iowa State, Big 12. Arizona, Big 12. Baylor, Big 12, Texas Tech, Big 12, Cincinnati, Big 12. I mean, what is that? 6 of the top 17? Like it's like I didn't realize Cincinnati was that good. I mean, I thought they were good, but I didn't realize they were top 20 good.
Yeah, no, Wes Miller, baby. You hated Wes Miller as well. Another
and ASU is number 26, probably.
I don't see that one.
You know what ASU is in Ken Palm?
What?
They are 71.
Yeah, that feels more about right. That feels more about right.
What's crazy is, and I think people have to get used to it, and we were talking, we talk on the phone once a day, only once.
Only once?
Yeah.
Like 70 once.
Yeah, people have to get used to the fact, like, for instance, in Ken Palm, Arizona's predicted to be 4th in the conference, right? The conference record is 13-7.
That's like a 3 seed or a 2 seed.
Yeah, I said 13-7. You're like, I'll take that in a heartbeat. And I was like, I would too. But I think your casual fan, Mike, needs to realize that like 13-7 this year is really good. You'll take like Houston is predicted to finish 1st in the Big 12 at 15-5.
Yeah, I will take 13-7 because
13-7 is awesome.
That means you also probably have 3 or 4 top 10 wins this season. I will take that.
It's a 2 seed. 3 maybe.
Yeah, no, it's loaded.
West too.
I am excited for this. Thank you, Dave Hickey. Thank you very, very much, Dave Hickey.
That's also something people have to realize too. I was thinking about this. Arizona and UCLA could now be in the same bracket. Like one could be the 2 and one could be the 3. So when you take a look at the geography and everything, it would have to be a pretty big failure for Arizona to not be in the West this year.
Also, we're going to get to Dwayne Aristode in just a second. I get people all the time because GCU is now my second team in basketball outside of Nebraska ball.
Well, yeah.
And they're always like, oh, how could you root for GCU? You don't have any morals. Huh?
I don't have morals. Who cares about what does morals have to do with it?
I don't get the whole thing. They're like, oh, it's a private university.
Yeah, who cares?
Yeah, who cares? Buzz off. Miss me with all that. Go Lopes.
You know what they are in Ken Palm? Is that what you're asking me, Mike?
Yeah, where is GCU on there?
54.
Yes. Oh, Erica L. Day says, I don't care about morals. I can attest to this one.
Yeah, I mean, that's the most true. That's the truest thing that's been said in this entire podcast.
Yes. Hey, that is, we'll leave it at that.
We'll leave it at that.
Grant Winkler. By the way, Grant Winkler is another great name. Their GCU, a great Christian university. That was funny. Okay. Dwayne Aristode. Big shout out. Do we shout out Jack Murphy on this?
Yeah, that's his land.
Okay. Jack Murphy, this meant that he probably slept 5 hours this week as opposed to 3 hours this week.
I will say congratulations on Murph to being able to spend a minute with his family, who he probably, I'm not even exaggerating, he probably didn't talk to his family for the last 2 weeks.
Murph's ignored my last 4 text messages. Just ignored.
Yeah, he's in recruiting mode.
Yes, exactly. Oh, we got to talk about somebody that dissed me at the presser that we will.
I don't know if you wanted to bring this up. I know it's a sensitive subject.
Oh, it's not a sensitive subject, but it's something that I'm very, very upset about. But Dwayne Aristode, that's a very, very good. That's a very good addition. You know what's weird about it, Sheer? Generally, you don't see somebody like Rivals and 24/7 are the only ones that I put any stock in. I don't care about ESPN.
Yeah.
On 3 is very, very good for breaking things, but that's about it. They don't evaluate players. I don't care.
Rivals, I don't know. I don't think about Rivals with basketball does nothing for me. Not anymore. It used to. We're the only network that consistently gets out and watches guys. I'll just say that.
All right. So how are you so wrong on so many players then?
Probably because we watch too many guys.
Okay. Either way, by the way, KJ Lewis, the great Kevin Thomas is going to be putting together these clips of from interviews we did that was also recorded by the lovely Erica L. Day. It was a shout out from KJ Lewis to somebody out there on it at the very end. That was very, very funny. But Rivals has Dwayne Aristode at 8. 24/7 has him at 28. Generally, when I look at your guys' rankings, if somebody's in the top 10, there's generally not a ton. 28 and 8 is a big difference.
Yeah, it is. It really is. We'll see. I haven't really talked to Travis or Bossy. I have not seen him in person. Now, to be fair, we have him as the 5th best small forward in the country, behind guys that are really good. I'm curious to see him again. I haven't seen him in person, but like we have Tunde 11 spots ahead of him. I'm not sure that's the case, although Tunde did a very good job of choosing schools. I think Baylor is clearly the right fit for him, but yeah, it frustrates me when because events have changed. I used to be able to see everyone, like EYBL and all that. You'd see everyone, and now it's harder. But yeah, I trust Arizona. I mean, Murph has seen this kid. This kid goes to Brewster. Murph has connections to Brewster. They've seen this guy 100 times. So if they think he's good enough, he's good enough. It's all right, weird. I'll admit it, though. It's weird to me.
Now with Koa Pete, Sheer is always worried about, if I say something, then people are going to get mad at me if it's not right. I do not care. I am not guaranteeing anything, but I like where Arizona stands a lot right now with Koa Pete. Sheer, do you want to do the classic Sheer hedge where you say Arizona likes where they are, but they wouldn't be surprised if they don't get him?
I'll just say this. There is an expectation growing that he will sign during the early signing period. And if he does that, that would mean the next, few weeks. So I would, let's see if he takes, I don't expect him to take the Duke visit. They landed the Boozers. There's just no room there. The Baylor one is one to keep an eye on. I think if he doesn't visit Baylor, he's in decision-making mode. That's the visit this month. If he doesn't visit Baylor, it's probably Arizona, Baylor, and Houston right now.
All right.
But I think Arizona's in as good a position as any of those schools to land him.
Now, Joseph says this.
Good for me.
Joseph, by the way, there's nothing funnier than watching Joseph, who's a great guy, troll Jason Sheer. It's very funny. He said, Skier hedge sighting, 2 big eyeballs.
I didn't hedge on that one. I said that I don't think anyone is doing better in the recruitment than Arizona right now.
Yes, no, he doesn't. Here's when you know Scheer is hedging, when he says they like their chances, but they wouldn't be surprised if they don't get him. That's the Scheer hedge.
Yeah.
Okay. But either way, I like where Arizona stands right now. Braden Burries, I have no inside information on, but I do know that they have enough money to get both people. Also, the hedge. Sometime I should bring on Ted Wardo's best friend, Hedgie.
Oh, Hedgie's a legend. I know all about Hedgie.
Now, if I brought on every time there's a Scheer hedge, we should just show a picture of Hedgie.
Eduardo and Hedgie are like best friends.
Yes, no, they are. He was shaking the heck out of him the other day. No, it's amazing to watch. Miller loved that hedge. Yes, actually, Jason Barr. Remember what Jason Barr asked Sean Miller about what a screen and roll was at press conference.
I love Jason Barr.
All right, Ryan Mitchell. I believe this is going to be Tommy Gunn's best roster because it is the toughest roster. I do believe that armor sharpens armor.
Yes.
Armor sharpens armor. That is where I'm going with this. I believe this is going to be. I love the perimeter. I think there's no soft weenies on this entire team. You can't have that in the Big 12. I am excited about this roster.
There's something that's really intrigued me that KJ Lewis and Tommy Lloyd have said in the last week, which is that they can do more defensively with this roster than Tommy's been able to do with any of his other rosters. I don't know if that means more switching. I don't know if that means they're going to press, but they clearly have something up their sleeve defensively that Tommy has never felt like he could do before with the roster.
Also, iron sharpens iron. Although I don't know why I can't say that armor sharpens armor.
It does. Knives sharpen knives. I'm with you every step of the way.
I'm not going to back away from that one at all. Okay, I'm going to. I'll be very generic about this, as the lovely Erica L. Day was there as well. But we found somebody that does not like the Del Taco cheeseburger.
This is all you, Mike. All you. I was horrified when I heard this. Are you having second thoughts?
No. DRF's kid does not like the Del Taco cheeseburger. He was very clear to me. I did not know who he was. And he stopped me at Media Day and he informed me that he did not like the Del Taco cheeseburger. Not only did he inform me that he did not like the Del Taco cheeseburger, he kept going with it. And it was interesting for me. So from now on out, I will be thinking about him when I think of the Del Taco cheeseburger. I will be eating the Del Taco cheeseburger, thinking about DRF's kid. He was very, very persistent about this. The great Erica L. Day was there. She saw it. He insulted the cheeseburger. The cheeseburger will never be insulted. Remember that. That is where it is at. All right, Scheer Weenie, come back in here now.
I didn't mean it was all you, like you got to kick me out of the room.
I didn't kick you out.
This is your story, and this is your story to tell. You were horrified. You called me, and you were on the verge of tears.
Even Erica was right there, and Erica was like, "That was."
I can't repeat what Erica told me about this situation.
It was weird because he just kept going. That was what was so strange.
She said, "Here, a part of me died that day." That's what she texted me.
It was wild, but you know what? I will not apologize. He has not tried it, so guess what? I don't care.
I was going to ask you, Mike. It sounds like we need to get him to try it, similarly to how you got Dilly to try it. And now I don't mean to put this on you, right? But you did make Dilly try the burger, and then success.
I don't think he's worthy of that. I'm going to be blunt.
No, dude, I'm not.
You can't diss the cheeseburger. See, the thing with Dilly is Dilly never dissed the cheeseburger.
In fact, he came back recently and complimented it.
Right. So he never dissed it. He met the cheeseburger with an open mind. That's why we appreciated Dilly there. This kid's
dissed it. You know what's wild about it, though, is you could tell, and Erica L. Day, correct me if I'm wrong here, this was something that he wanted to get out of Media Day, because here's what it was. There's like, they sit around in like little chairs or whatever, and I didn't know who he was. So I was going from player to player to player, and I went right by him. I didn't know who he was. And then he stopped me. And then he's like, "Are you the one that gave Dilly that really crappy looking cheeseburger?" He didn't say crappy, by the way. And I said, "Yeah, that was me." And then he says that thing looked terrible. And I looked and I was like, And so like, I'm just hearing this. And then I told Erica afterwards, all right, I got to find out who this kid is. And then when I looked, I'm like, oh, of course. So either way,
Mike's voice was quivering with anger when he called me.
It was, I wish I never stopped recording. I wish we did have that recording, Erica. Yes. I had to turn order under but either way, again, I do apologize, but Hedgewardo, that was very good. To have this video.
I like that.
Hedgewardo is very good. But either way, he will not be getting a Del Taco cheeseburger. Nope.
You know what we need to do? And I think he would be up for it. We need to get Tommy to eat one.
I could get Tommy to eat one for sure.
I think Tommy would absolutely take one bite of one.
I do too, and I think we could get Murph too when Murph like settles down a little bit. Murph won't do it during the season, but I think after the season we could.
You think TJ would do it with how jacked he is and everything?
Absolutely. TJ Benson now, a U of A assistant coach. You talk about jacked.
I don't know if he'd eat a cheeseburger. I'm not convinced he'd eat any junk food at all.
I was talking with Muehlbach, who met the lovely Erica Elday and is now following him or following.
Muehlbach had a Del Taco cheeseburger.
No, but he's lost a bet to me and he's got to buy 2 of them.
Okay.
But what was I going to say? Oh, who's TJ? TJ Benson. Here's what kids do, by the way. You know what I noticed about this? Kids, when they ask who somebody is, you tell them, and then they immediately look up them on like all of their socials and all of their stuff immediately. I'll bet you Erica Elday right now has like 5 browsers open with like all of TJ Benson's socials on there. I bet you we could get TJ to eat one, though. I like TJ. Great deal.
Brow's ready. Get her the cheeseburger right now.
I was going to say my finger's all right as well, so let's keep it that way.
I'm not the one who did that. It's Aurora.
I know. I don't care, but like sister, that's where we're at. Get Brennan to eat. I don't think Brennan would eat one.
Brennan would not eat one. Absolutely not.
Yes, I don't think that Brennan would eat one. So that's kind of where it is. But either way, DRF's kid, sorry, no Del Taco cheeseburger for you. Sorry. All right. But on that note, though, Sheer, where can they find you doing your work?
Eating Del Taco cheeseburgers on wildcatauthority.com while recording the Wildcat Scoop podcast with Shelby.
Okay, now everybody like this. I don't do a good job of telling people to like it. I got a very bad watch to like ratio. Kevin Thomas, step in here. You know this is true. Tell people what I can't do for myself.
You gotta hit the like on this video. If you are entertained in any way, if you're an ASU fan, a U of A fan, a GCU Lope, you gotta like this video. It's great content.
That's it. Ryan Mitchell, Ryan Mitchell. Yes, 2 first names. Kevin Thomas. That is it right there. Can we coin that? Like the A.
Yes, like the A, back to Mike, back to Sheer, back to Underbite. The entire thing. You just gotta. You know what to do. Yes, we know this, right?
All right. Yes, we do know this. All right. But as always, very much appreciate you.
You've got a kid today.
By the way, real quick before we sign off, maybe my favorite thing about this show now is watching ASU people on 24/7 that think we're serious about the Jeremiah Patterson stuff. That is so good. I very much like this.
I wasn't going to say it. I was going to save it till Wednesday, but this is the weekend, Mike. This is the weekend.
It's going to happen. It's going to happen. By the way, Wednesday, we're going to get a lot of Colorado talk in.
Oh, I'm excited. I am excited.
Hey, you got to get me that screenshot, by the way, that I asked you.
I'll get you. Don't worry.
Okay. On that note, though, very much appreciate you all. For Jason Shear, for the prodigious Kevin Thomas, everybody in the comments, you're the ones that make it happen. It doesn't happen without you. We will be back tomorrow with you at 10:30 normal time, TTFN. Ta-ta for now.
We all silly like the mayor.